Hello everyone and welcome to my little Driftmoon studio. I am here to do an interview with Tranceportal. Question number 1. What does trance mean to you? You know, I thought about this a lot. When I was younger, I thought that trance is a way of life. But now when I reach my 30s, mid-30s, I can see that trance is a rather easy genre to make, but it's the best way for me to convey emotions successfully. Because usually, depending on the mood I am in, usually I know exactly what type of track I'm going to write. So trance is a really good genre for you to use as an instrument of conveying your emotions to other people. The world is about to end and you are organizing the last ever party. Which DJs would you book to play? I would definitely book Giuseppe Ottaviani, Ferry Corsten, Robert Nixon. I consider them my friends and I absolutely love the music they're making. It's contemporary and original. So there it is. I would book those 3. What is your greatest fear? I only have 2 fears in life, and fear number 1 is that definitely something will happen to my loved ones, my family. And fear number 2 is I'm afraid of losing my hearing. Understandably, I love making music, I love listening to music, so that's my second biggest fear. What is your earliest memory? I was a very wild and vicious child. My mother could definitely tell you stories about me when I was younger, and I remember I was 6 or 7 years old and I was barbecuing with my grandfather here in Czech Republic, and I stuck a fork in his feet and he was shouting and screaming in 2 languages. He was very angry, but that's my earliest memory I actually remember. I think I was 6 or 7 years old, and I do have a photograph at home just before this incident happened. Have you ever said I love you and not meant it? No, those words are extremely important to me and I do not say them lightly, so every time I said it to someone, I definitely meant them. What is your guiltiest pleasure? That's definitely number 1 is the PlayStation you can see behind me, because I consider myself an avid gamer. And number 2 is vaping. I like to vape, so that's my second guiltiest pleasure. And what's your all-time favorite movie? Thought about this a lot. I've discussed this with my girlfriend a lot, and I think I have quite a few of them depending on the mood I'm in currently. I love Hotel Budapest, I love Shawshank Redemption, Inception, whatever with good soundtrack, because for me the biggest story driving instrument is the music actually in the movie. If you could change one thing about the world, what would you change? I would definitely change the behavior of general population, because I think people should be listening way more than talking. And I think for us as a humanity going forward, I think we really need to start listening to each other, and not I know that everyone is entitled to an opinion, but not every opinion is as good, if you know what I mean. So I think that's a priority for us, to learn, to teach each other, and to showcase the emotion. Yeah, that's it. I got stuck. What is the most important lesson life has taught you? I could answer in a very similar way to my previous question. Over the past few years, especially in 2020 during the COVID lockdown and whatever, I think that the life has taught me a lesson to actually try to be quiet and listen to other people. So I try to talk as little as possible and try to listen as much as possible, because for me it's more important to actually know what the other side is thinking than actually trying to persuade them of my opinion and what I think is right or correct. So I think life has taught me to take it easy, take it slow, and listen to other people. In a film about your life, who would play you? Well, I was discussing this question with my girlfriend today, and I told her Channing Tatum, and she started laughing, so I don't think that's a good option. So we will go with number 2, and that's Jack Black. I think Jack Black would have done a terrific job playing me. You're only allowed 1 alcoholic drink for the rest of your life. What do you choose? Whiskey. Definitely whiskey. If you were an animal, what would you be? I'm gonna go with a dog, because I have a dog for 8 years. He's lying right here on the floor, trying to sleep, but he's watching me with one eye closed. And I think if you take care of your dog and you can see that they are happy, they have the best life ever, and they feel so loved, and they show you their happiness every single moment of their waking day. So I would definitely go with a dog. Which track from your back catalog best defines you and your sound? I don't have an answer to this question. I think the track I listen to the most of my own music is either the Symphony, which is not yet released, or the theme track from my first album, Revolution, because that's a very important track for my career, and it's very close to my heart. When did you last cry and why? I think I was watching a movie and the music made me cry, because that's usually what happens. The music is usually what makes me cry. I don't remember the movie. I think it was Greyhound. You know, the military movie, there is a beautiful piece of music at the end of the movie, so I think that was it. If you weren't a DJ producer, what would you be? Well, not many people know this, but I always wanted to be a doctor, a medical doctor. Actually, I wanted to be a plastic surgeon, but doing reconstructive surgery, you know, helping people after car crashes and stuff like this. I actually wanted to finish medical school. I wanted to be a doctor, but, you know, life has pushed me in a little different direction. So if I wasn't a musician, I would definitely go to medical school and try to be the best doctor I can be. What is your favorite country to travel in? Definitely somewhere in Asia, and I would say either Thailand or Japan, because I've spent a lot of time in both of these countries and they are extremely beautiful. I love the people there, and I can't really say if it's either Thailand or Japan, but it's either or, you know. I can choose between both. Top 3 trance tracks of all time. I really don't have an answer to these questions. I don't rank the music according to what I listen to. On the top of my head, probably For an Angel, Paul van Dyk, because I still remember the moment when a classmate of mine on elementary school actually gave me a Paul van Dyk cassette with his set recorded from Gallery Turnmills in London, 98. I think that was the year. And I still remember the For an Angel playing there. So I'm gonna go with number 1 is For an Angel. What is the one thing coming up in your schedule that you are most excited about? Well, considering the fact that we are on lockdown again, almost for a year now, the one thing I'm really looking forward is for gym being opened. A final message to the dedicated trance fans on Tranceportal. I really thank you for all your continuing support. I try to talk with as many of you as possible. I try to answer your questions. I know I haven't been so active lately, but I'm gonna remedy the situation this year. So I want to wish you all the best. Survive the COVID, of course. Just stay safe. Wear a face mask, because believe it or not, it does help. And I guess that's it. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.